Okie dokie. So we're going to do box method, and first thing we're going to put this 3x squared here, and we're going to put this negative 15 down there. And now we're going to look for things that multiply to make negative 45. 3 times negative 15 is negative 45, and add to negative 4. So I'm thinking maybe a negative 9 and a positive 5, because negative 9 times positive 5 gives me negative 45. Negative 9 plus 5 gives me negative 4. Wonderful. So I'm going to put those in here. And it doesn't matter whether I put the negative 9 here or the 5 there or vice versa. You can try it both ways. It'll work. So the idea is that this box represents that equation. If I add all the pieces of this box, I have 3x squared minus 9x plus 5x. That gives me the minus 4x. And then I have minus 15. So all these areas added together gives me that. Excellent. And in the end, I'm going to do like a little bit about why this area model works. We tend to forget when we're doing it. It just becomes a magic box. But yeah, cool. And so now what I like to do is just focus your attention on the top and then pull out a GCF. So we're good at pulling out GCFs. If you need a refresher, we've got other videos for that. So I can pull out a 3x from both of these. And when I do, I would be left with an x and a minus 3. And you can check it. We can do 3x times x is 3x squared. 3x times minus 3 is minus 9. These little pieces are giving the areas of our boxes. We do the same thing for the bottom, ignore the top, pull out a 5. So that's our GCF, and if I do, hopefully I'll be left with the same numbers I did up there. That's why we had to pick these numbers so special so that this would work. The 5, when we pull it out, we'll be left with an x and a minus 3. Everything's working. And so what we've got is this side is 3x plus 5, and this side is x minus 3, and there it is, all nice and factored. We've changed from having a bunch of terms added to a bunch of terms multiplied, so those are our factors, something times something instead of something plus something. It's gorgeous, right? Okay. And you can always check it by foiling, right? Foiling this all out, you'll get back to there, and the box method represents the foiling as well. Let's do it again. So this guy here, I'm going to put the 24x squared here, and the minus 2 down here. And now I'm looking for things that multiply to make 24 times negative 2, so multiplies to make negative 48, and adds to 47. So I'm thinking maybe a 48 and a negative 1, because 48 times negative 1 is negative 48. 48 plus negative 1 is 47. So I'm going to put the 48x here and the minus 1x there, and that will do. Doesn't matter what order I put those in, either way will work. And you can check 24x squared, 48x minus x, it gives me 47, and there's my minus 2. Just look at the top, factor out a GCF from there. I've got 24x, I'll be left with x and a 2. Factor out a GCF from here. We like to keep everything in the front positive, so I'm going to factor out a negative 1, and I'll be left with x and a plus 2 there. And it's wonderful. So here's my answer, 24x minus 1, and then x plus 2. There it is. And I've got another video where I do just a whole bunch of them fast and kind of in a row. But then I wanted to take this back to the less abstract form that they prep us for in elementary school. Like, it is kind of an area model. We know that if we wanted to find the area of this rectangle, this is 3 long and this is 8 long, so we know the area is supposed to be 24. That's pretty nice, right? But we could, if we wanted to, section off this rectangle into maybe that. Maybe we'll say that 3 is 1 plus 2 instead, right? And section off the 8 into saying, oh, well, maybe 8 I'll say is 3 plus 5, right? So basically this area model 3 times 8 could be represented as 1 plus 2 times 3 plus 5 if you really wanted to, right? And the little areas work out. If you just look at that little rectangle there, it's 1 times 3 is 3. And this little rectangle here is 5 long and 1 high, so 5 in there. And this little rectangle long here is 2 high and 3 long, so 6 in there. And I've actually got it on the whiteboard. You can't really see, but there are 6 actual rectangles in there. And this guy is 2 by 5, so 10. And then if you add all these up, you get back to the original 24. So you get, hopefully, 10 plus 6 is 16, 19, 24. Everything works out. Let's see, get a little excited about this, so hopefully that makes sense. I'm a little all over the place, but yeah, it's a box. I used to resist the box. I used to think it took too long to write out. And I do encourage, if you're going to go on to pre-calc and to calculus, you'll want to wean yourself away from drawing out these boxes every time. They're a little bit time consuming. So I have another video on factoring by guess and check, which I hate the term guess and check, but it is faster because you're still guessing and checking here when you find these numbers. Okay, that's it for now.